This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Issuing of NIDS ID cards to be piloted in corporate areas soon. Issuing of identification cards under the National Identification System will begin through a pilot program to be undertaken in Kingston and St. Andrew. According to Minister without Portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, the exercise is expected to kick off in the second half of this year. He was speaking during Tuesday's meeting of the Standing Finance Committee of the House of Representatives. During the meeting, Green explained that enrollment sites will be established at the post offices in collaboration with the Post and the Telecommunications Department to maximize existing resources. He said once the pilot phase is completed, an island-wide rollout will follow. Green added that the Office of the Prime Minister, under which NIDS falls, will also be partnering with the Registrar General's Department and the Electoral Office of Jamaica to assist with the full rollout of ID cards across the island. Jamaica's National Identification System will provide a comprehensive and secure structure to enable the collection and the storage of identity information. This secure voluntary tool can also verify an individual's identity, facilitate the electronic signing of documents, and securely access a range of government services online. The Standing Finance Committee, which will meet for at least 2 days, March 1 and 3, is reviewing the 2022-2023 estimates of expenditure that were tabled on February 10. Impact of sanctions on Russia influences price increases come Thursday, said Petrojam. Motorists will pay more for gas when they go to the pumps on Thursday. The state-owned oil refinery Petrojam says E1087 is to move up by $1.78 to sell for $182.43 per liter, and a liter of E1090 will go up by $1.76 to sell for $187.42. Automotive diesel oil will move up by $3.06 per liter to sell for $186.47. Ultra-low sulfur diesel will sell for $190.97 per liter, following an increase of $3.06. The price of kerosene will go up by $3.06 to sell for $161.07. In the meantime, propane cooking gas will go up by $1.22 to sell for $80.32, while butane will move up by 62 cents to sell for $89.51 per liter. Petrojam said this week's prices were mainly impacted by Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the resultant sanctions imposed by the United States and its allies, which drove oil prices higher. Retailers will add their markups to the announced prices. Clarendon businessman freed of causing death by dangerous driving. 70-year-old businessman Peter Thompson was yesterday freed in the St. Catherine Circuit Court of 2 counts of causing death by dangerous driving. Thompson, who is the owner of Mapen Ice Factory in Clarendon, was freed following a no-case submission made by defense lawyers Dwight Reese and Douglas Thompson. Thompson was charged arising from an accident on August 19, 2016 on the P.J. Patterson Highway, in which Eric Reed and his wife Alverga died. Thompson was driving his Mercedes-Benz motorcar on the highway near the Portmore exit when it was alleged that he collided with a Nissan motorcar in which the deceased were passengers in the back seat. The driver of the Nissan motorcar testified that he was traveling between 60 to 80 kilometers when he felt an impact to the rear of his vehicle. A reconstruction expert said under cross-examination that the damage he saw to the Nissan motorcar would be unlikely to have occurred if it was traveling at that speed. He said the damage he saw would more likely occur if the vehicle was traveling at 20 to 30 kilometers or if the vehicle was stationary or reversing. Thompson had contended that the driver of the Nissan motorcar had missed the exit to the Portmore exit and reversed into his motorcar. The reconstruction expert said that based on the damage to the front of Thompson's car, it was consistent with the accused taking evasive action. The defense lawyers, in making a no-case submission, referred to the inconsistency between the prosecution witnesses and asked the judge to free Thompson. Justice Bertram Morrison upheld the no-case submission and ruled that there was no case for Thompson to answer. 19 perished in 7 days as road deaths reach 80, said RSU. Of the 80 people who have been killed in 72 fatal motor vehicle crashes since the start of the year, 19 perished during the week of February 18 to 25. It marks the worst week for road users so far this year. The figures are contained in the latest statistics released by the Road Safety Unit, a department in the Ministry of Transport and Mining. Of the 19 victims during the carnage-filled week, 9 were motorcyclists, 2 were pillion riders, and 4 were pedestrians. These 3 categories of road users, along with pedal cyclists, all belong to the group classified by the RSU as the most vulnerable. The other 4 victims were either private motorcar drivers or their passengers. Meanwhile, the RSU is reporting that fatalities and fatal crashes have increased by 16% and 13% respectively this year when compared with a similar period in 2021. It said there have been 12 fatalities during curfew hours, while fatalities during curfew hours account for 15% of the overall road deaths. The RSU said that fatalities for 2022 are projected to decrease by 8% when compared with 2021. Police report increasing number of illegal guns seized. The police are reporting a 37% increase in the number of illegal firearms seized in Jamaica so far this year, compared to the similar period in 2021. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson on Tuesday disclosed that 163 illegal firearms, including 28 rifles, have been found. He said the seizures have been part of the Get Every Illegal Gun campaign, which recently incorporated the Jamaica Customs Agency into the initiative. General Anderson noted that the gun bust at Freeport Wharf in Montego Bay, St. James on Monday was part of that campaign.
Really, this is in line with the objectives of the Get Every Illegal Gun campaign, because just recently, a release from the National Security Council advised that the Jamaica Customs Agency has been incorporated into the campaign. And as I had said yesterday, during a non-intrusive inspection process carried out in Montego Bay, the Jamaica Customs Agency identified what appeared to be firearms hidden in television sets. They engaged the St. James and the Port Police, and we subsequently seized 2 rifles, 1 submachine gun, 4 handguns, 8 magazines, and 16 rounds. During the month of February, we launched a targeted social media campaign aimed at influencing how the public, and particularly women, thought about the reporting of wanted persons. Due to the public response, this has led to 11 persons featured in the Wanted Wednesdays campaign last year were taken into custody, and 1 killed in a confrontation with the police. A combined total of approximately 5,600 pounds of ganja has been seized in these incidents. This has an estimated local street value of 25 million Jamaican dollars. And had it gotten into the US market, the estimated value would be over 6.6 million US dollars. During just one narcotics operation this year, we seized 3.7 million Jamaican dollars, along with 430 US dollars and 134 grams of cocaine. We are seeing a 6% decline in murders, a 21% decline in shootings, a 14% decline in robberies, a 44% decline in break-ins. If we break down the murder figures, this is what we see. Of the 240 murders committed since the start of the year, 75% are gang-related, 12% arose from interpersonal disputes, 5% were committed in furtherance of other crimes, 1% were mob killings, and we still have 7%, which are still being attributed.
Jamaican students scheduled to arrive in Ireland on Ash Wednesday. 21 Jamaican students who traveled from Ukraine to Poland are scheduled to arrive on the island on Wednesday, March 2, at the Saxor International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James. The announcement was made by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade on Tuesday. In a statement, Portfolio Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith shared that our students have been through such an ordeal, we can only imagine how they will be feeling as they return to their loved ones. She said her ministry is working with the relevant authorities at the Saxor International Airport to facilitate their speedy clearance through customs and immigration on landing. Transportation arrangements from the airport in Montego Bay are also being made for those students whose families wish to utilize those services. We are trying to ensure their comfort as much as possible as this stage of their ordeal comes to an end, Johnson-Smith continued. She further indicated that 2 of the students who arrived with the group in Poland will not travel to Jamaica as they have made other arrangements. I know several concerned Jamaicans have been asking about the well-being of the student who had stayed behind in Kharkiv. We are pleased to advise that she is currently making the journey to Poland from Lviv, to which she traveled yesterday. We continue to pray for her safe arrival and are assured that Friends of Jamaica will assist her when she reaches her agreed destination, Johnson-Smith added. The flights for the students were covered by the government through the Foreign Ministry. 24 Jamaican students had to make their exit out of the war-torn Ukraine by foot as the bus plans were disrupted on Saturday night. A day later, Johnson-Smith confirmed that the students arrived safely in Poland and said arrangements were being made in terms of flights to Jamaica as soon as they are available. NHF dumps 300,000 doses of vaccines. About 300,000 doses of various types of vaccines have been dumped by the National Health Fund following the breakdown of a cold storage room at its pharmaceutical warehouse. COVID-19 vaccine doses were among the items affected by the change in temperature. Responding to a question at Tuesday's sitting of Parliament's Standing Finance Committee, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said some of the vaccines which had to be discarded were donations.
Nothing that affected or impacted the normal operation. As you know, the vaccine take-up has been low. We have a 1.4 million doses now in stock, and so
when are those expiring?
Different dates. Many of the vaccines that we received are gifts. In fact, the bulk of what was discarded the last time from this incident was a gift from one particular country, which had an expiration date that was relatively short. So while we appreciate the gift, it's not that we didn't pay for the vaccine. I know it's not a commentary on whether the value of the gift wasn't there, but it had a relatively short expiration date.
After being alerted of the irregularity of the pharmaceutical warehouse on Christmas Eve, the NHF board asked auditing firm PricewaterhouseCoopers to investigate whether management followed standard operating procedures for temperature monitoring of cold rooms at the facility. The probe was triggered based on evidence of tampering and the response of personnel. The police were also called in to investigate, and several NHF employees have been suspended. Dr. Tufton also revealed at Tuesday's Standing Finance Committee meeting that the National Health Fund is searching for a new chairman. Shane Darling has been serving as acting chairman since the departure of Howard Mitchell. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.